Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Today we're gonna do a quick reading. First we'll take a look at the energies of each of the twins, feminine and masculine, and then we'll see about how each of them is feeling towards this connection, what is going on in that space. I will start with some guidance from the Oracle deck, and today I've got the Spirit Junkie Oracle. So let's see what the guided affirmations are for each twin. I will start with the Divine Feminine, so hope everybody's doing great and you're excited about the upcoming weekend. It's the equinox weekend, so pretty big deal. If you haven't had a chance to view the equinox messages yet, just go ahead and check it on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo. It's there and it has timestamps with messages for each of the zodiac signs. And yeah, it's gonna be a pretty transformational, transitional time where, well, as you know, equinox means that the length of the daytime and nighttime is the same. And starting from that point, obviously, nights are gonna get longer than the days. And it's that kind of juxtaposition of light and darkness, right? And seeing with new eyes what kind of light and darkness really are, and how it's not that black and white really, right? Like seeing the different sides of situations, aspects, people. So that's what you could expect at this time, or even maybe ask about that, to manifest that, to see that during this time. So feminines, we see, let me be still today and listen to the truth in silence. Exactly what I was just talking about. I feel like this is such a powerful message just as we're approaching equinox. So being still and using the day for like meditation practices, for connecting with nature, for reading up on something that you've been maybe guided to but you didn't have time to look up some info, to read a book or whatever it is, right? And observing, you know, what comes up for you in your space and where can you revisit those understandings of light and shadow, especially when it comes to specific context, not just in general, but specific things. It may even be as simple as listening to a podcast, watching a show where there will be a certain scenario, I don't even mean real scenario, you know, just from the show itself, that will remind you about some experience from your own life. And we'll be like, oh yes. And that's what happened with me. But now that I look at it, I realize that there were a lot more nuances to that. Something like that. And that helps you heal some of that fear or pain that happened then, or maybe connect to that person in different way, especially if they're still in your life, you know? So don't think that if it happened 10 years, 20 years ago, it's not relevant to go back to that anymore. It is, especially if it comes back in your consciousness. Every cell in my body is conscious and communicates with each positive thought I have. This is a reminder for masculines how mind, body, and soul are connected, and also that how much there is a resonance between the positivity in thoughts and energy and our health and wellness. Every cell in my body is conscious. Yeah, it's almost like, well, our body in general, let's just put it that way. Our body has its own consciousness, right? So it's important to give time and attention to build that relationship with your body, and you'll only be grateful for that, and you'll see how your body will be able to support you like a good friend and not like a bad parent or, you know, the sibling that you've been beaten up on all your childhood. Probably not the best relationship, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna get tarot and the clarifiers, of course, for the energies, and then how each twin is seeing the connection at this time. Bottom of the deck is 8 of Pentacles. So get that a lot of twins are currently busy with some sort of projects, with handling some responsibilities and finances, trying to better the situation or see the opportunities for expansion, something along those lines. Being very practical about it. Okay. the clarifiers are from the After Tarot deck, and we see Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you see again, better in your environment, your lifestyle, you know, like your comfort of life. I'm getting that. So for feminines, the energy is 8 of Wands clarified by 10 of Wands. Lots of wands. Wow. Very wandy day. Whew. So what I'm getting with this is the feminines are finally getting some of that closure. I was just talking about it a little bit at the beginning, connected with equinox. I mean, obviously you can make your own connections, but this is something that comes to your consciousness from the burdens you've been carrying around for a while, and for some of you it's been years, right? And now you're seeing the new interpretation to those events, right? And you're seeing how much they not only made you stronger, but determined a certain direction of your life, certain important decisions. And, you know, it was a blessing in disguise, that's the one thing. But the other thing that comes out of it is seeing the potential for knowing better and doing better in the future, whatever it was, whether it was a relationship or earning money or friendship, or I don't know, whether it's buying or doing, or seeing, right, or communicating, but it comes back around. And it's almost like let's say it's communication. So you know that relationship communication was pretty poor. Now you reflect on it and you see your current relationships in a new light, where you don't want the communication to be as poor. And maybe the issues are very different from before, but you're like, you know what, that was so important. And I regretted not saying this and that, or I regretted that I made those decisions, right? So I'm not gonna let that happen now. Even if they're not the same, just the whole idea of, you know, communication went sideways and I lost the person, I lost that connection, right? I'm not gonna do that anymore, right? So that gives you some perspective on how to act in your current connections. For masculines, we see the Emperor and Two of Wands. In the After Tarot, it's a beautiful connection card, actually. Whew. So, big day for the masculines, embracing the, being the, I don't want to say the head of the household, but it's that kind of energy where I'm feeling strong and I'm feeling powerful when it comes to me, like, taking steps towards happy life with my partner, with my feminine, and making sure it happens. It's like, but it doesn't come from an ego energy today. It's coming from a desire, from making a choice towards that happiness, towards building something together with another person, right? On the one hand is the Emperor, that's more about like me, myself, and I, but also look at this Emperor looking at it. It's like the Emperor finally seeing that me, myself, and I doesn't mean that, you know, I have to be alone all my life, right? Or it doesn't mean that there's no space in my life for another person, so we can do that together, you know, and inspire each other even more. It's that vision where they understand that 1 + 1 = 5, if that's with the right person. How the feminine's feeling towards the connection? We have Justice card with Queen of Swords. Oof, a lot of airy energy, as we're about to step into the Libra season, by the way. But yeah, basically there is a certain karmic cycling that's being shown to the feminines around, and that again, you know, this is about communication as well. Communication, negotiation, finding that point of truth together. And the feminine knows that this needs to balance out, like there needs to be a compromise, there needs to be an agreement, it needs to be said out loud. Whatever's been happening on the energetic level or just on the down low, what wasn't said, you know, it's time to see how to put that in words, to get it out there, to get a more balanced state to this relation, well, to this connection, right? We don't really call it relationship, but anyway, masculines, they have the Death card with Knight of Cups, a complete refurbishment and rejuvenation of the connection that they see. They almost feel like they notice that the old is dying out and something new is coming in, but they're actually excited about it. You know, there's maybe a little bit of like fair that, you know, there were some good things in the past phase, you know, in those times, right? And I don't know what this new time is bringing in, right? But at the same time, there's a feeling and energy of new beginnings, and also it's in the night. We've seen Page of Cups a lot for Divine Masculine. So now we're seeing that this is the night. So there is already more awareness of what kind of feelings and emotions are feminines bringing to the table. What are they, how are they impacting the masculine and their vibration and their emotional stability, how much more they help open the heart chakra and things like that, right? And in masculine's mind, maybe they don't say the chakra, you know, but they feel like they're more open to people. They are easier to forgive. They are more compassionate, right? And they are more excited about simple things, like, you know, connection with the feminine, right? Like communication, simple things that didn't necessarily excite them before, but now they see a new side of it, and they understand that they are reborn, and their connection with the feminine is reborn. I'm getting some of them know that something similar has been going on for the feminine. Others are clueless. Obviously depends also on how much of visibility you have of your feminine, but at least they know that they've changed, or they are being changed. You know, it's like the universe is shaping them up into something different, and they know that that's going to change the dynamic, and they're excited. Whew. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I will definitely do at least one reading over the weekend to see what's coming up next. Maybe it'll be a weekly forecast, we'll see. And I plan to start recording October readings for each zodiac sign, so watch out for those as well.